So, dear students, our unit 2 is mainly focused on hardware architecture and software architecture of the system. So, we will start with hardware architecture. Hardware architecture mainly contains all the components that are used as the hardware part, that is nothing but hardware architecture. So, in this, the main thing of hardware architecture, that is CPU, then sensors, LCD, LED, function keypad, communication interface, ROM, RAM, that is nothing but memory and its types, debug port, watchdog timer and reset circuitry, chip select, clock circuitry, power supply unit, DAC and ADC and sensors. So all these are nothing but the components of the hardware architecture. So we will go one by one with each and every component. So starting with CPU, we know that CPU is the central heart of every system. CPU is nothing but central processing unit, which mainly contains the general purpose registers, ALU, the buses, or the instruction pointer, stack pointer and all. So we can see here, this is nothing but your overall CPU, where general purpose registers are used to store the data. ALU is nothing but arithmetic and logical unit, which is responsible for doing the and performing the arithmetic and logical instructions. Stack pointer is there, which points to the instruction. Memory address register is connected with address bus, which is responsible for providing the address of that particular memory where addresses are stored. Next is instruction pointer, which is pointing to the next instruction. Memory data register is responsible for providing the data which is bidirectionally connected to the data bus. Instruction decoder is useful for decoding the instruction, that is also bidirectionally connected to the control and status bus. We can see over here the all these stack pointers, instruction decoder, all these things comes under the control unit, है ना? So register contains the current data and operands that are used or manipulated by the processors. Whatever data and operands that we are going to operate, that is saved in the registers. In the external memory, processor implements a stack. In the external memory that we are using, that is nothing but the additional memory, where the implementation of stack is done and on which all the data of the particular system is stored. So processor architecture, there are basically various types of processor architecture. So to do function, the processor communicates with other devices using three buses. So when the processor wants to communicate with other devices, because for performing the operations it is desirable that process has to communicate with other devices by using three buses, that is data bus, address bus and control and status bus. So these are the three buses by using which the signals are used and the communication is done. So the CPU and memory interacts with each other by address bus, data bus, control and status bus. So there are basically three types of architecture, that is von Neumann architecture, which is the basic architecture, Harvard architecture and super Harvard architecture. So in the von Neumann architecture, we can see our diagram of von Neumann architecture, where CPU is connected with memory and that memory contains instructions as well as data both. So the instruction and data both are present in the memory. So the address bus and data bus is responsible for communication that takes place in between the CPU and memory. So the address bus, CPU sends the memory, whatever the particular data is stored at the address bus, so the particular address will be fetched, and by data bus the particular data will be fetched in between CPU and memory. So as whenever the particular operation is performed on the data, again the output means output is what? Output is nothing but data, so that will be again stored into memory, and that's why data bus is bidirectionally connected between CPU and memory, and address bus is single directly connected. So this is von Neumann architecture, which is the basic architecture. Now the next is Harvard architecture. Now there is the difference between von Neumann architecture and Harvard architecture. So we can see in the von Neumann architecture, the instruction and data were stored in memory. But in Harvard architecture, this memory is divided into two parts, that is program memory and data memory. So in the program memory, all the instructions are stored, and in the data memory, only the data is stored. So this will help to speed up the execution and simplify the process. So the program memory and CPU is connected with each other by program memory address bus and program memory data bus. And the data memory and CPU is connected with each other by data memory address bus and data memory data bus. So this is the Harvard architecture, that is the new version of von Neumann architecture. Now the third architecture is Super Harvard architecture. Super Harvard architecture is the next upgraded version of Harvard architecture. Now we can see over here, program memory stores the instructions, data memory stores the data. So in the Super Harvard architectures, the program memory stores instructions and secondary data, and the data memory stores the data. And the important part is the instruction cache is stored in the particular CPU itself. That is the main part of the Super Harvard architecture. So the program memory contains instructions, data memory contains data. Program memory and CPU is connected by program memory address bus and data bus, and CPU and data memory is connected by program memory data bus and data memory data bus. And the instruction cache, which is responsible for storing all the instructions if required, that is inbuilt in CPU, because of which we are having additional memory, as well as because of this the execution of processor is increased at the highest level. So that this is nothing but the Super Harvard architecture, where instruction cache is part of CPU. So in this section we have seen the hardware architecture and CPU, which is the important part of the hardware architecture. In our next section we will see the next components of the hardware architecture, that is memory. Thank you.